Good evening, Brian. It's Tuesday. So in today's vlog, I want to talk about puzzles. As you know, Brian, I'm a big fan of twisty puzzles and other three-dimensional puzzles. That's actually a hobby that you got me into, and I've also mentioned it a number of times on the vlog before that I have a pretty extensive cubing and twisty puzzle collection. I also like some kinds of word puzzles and other things that you do on paper like Sudoku and Ken and those kinds of puzzles, but I just generally have always enjoyed puzzles. But one of our wedding gifts was a really cool puzzle and not quite the same kind of puzzle. Also, I know that you're aware of this because you were there for this weekend, but it's still really cool to talk about, and I figured it should go into the vlog, so I'm sorry if it's repetitive. So, Lulu's uncle, Vic, got us a gift. And he brought the gift box, the big box that it was in to the wedding. It's a big box, probably about that big. It's a big box. He brought it to the wedding. We got home, we opened it, and there was a card attached to the box. And the card had a sort of obscure, weird phrasing sentence to it. I don't remember exactly what it says, but it was odd. So we opened the box, and inside was another box with a card. Like an actual gift card that you fold open and you write inside and all that. So we progressed through opening a series of 6 boxes, each of which contained the next smaller box, and each of which had a card attached to it with some kind of a phrase that quickly became apparent were all clues leading towards the eventual solution of our gift. So once we had everything out on the table, we had a selection of 6 little cards, or 5 little cards, with cryptic-ish messages on them, and then a sheet of paper with a random series of numbers. It said go to, and then a big long string of numbers. It was interesting. It ended up being a cipher puzzle. The string of numbers was a code, but we didn't know that it was necessarily a code, nor did we know how to unlock the code. We had to figure it out. One of the clues that sort of led you to the idea that how to unlock the puzzle was that Orano is the heart of the kingdom, or Orano is the heart of the kingdom. And being the huge Stephen King dork that I am, I realized that must have to do with Stephen King's newest book. You see, it's set during his time, it's a nonfiction book, and it's set during his time at the University of Orono in Maine, and it's called Hearts in Suspension, and it's by Stephen King. So Orono, the university he's talking about where he went, is the hearts of the kingdom. Stephen King. So once we figured that out, we realized that it had to do with the book somehow. We weren't sure exactly what it did after that, but we knew that there were numbers. We were pretty sure that it was an HTML or URL code. And so we ended up first trying a number of different things, and we couldn't get the code to work until we finally realized that each set of 7 numbers clued to a specific page, line, and character in the book. Once we figured that out, this led us to another web page with another clue on a picture that I'm going to have to wrap it up because it's getting short, but eventually led us to the eventual gift. But it was so much fun. We had to figure it out. It was a very well-crafted puzzle. The clues were great, and it was just a really fun thing, and I love that kind of thing, and I'd love to do more things like that. So Brian, how do you feel about puzzles? Is this something you'd like? Is it something you've done before? What are your thoughts about this kind of a puzzle? I look forward to hearing back from you and seeing your video on Wednesday. Have a good one, Brian.